Hey, Moses from Upgraded South, and welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a freaking tasty, fat-burning lamb curry in less than 10 minutes. Now I have to give kudos to Jamie Oliver for this recipe. It's his recipe, and when it comes to quick, healthy recipes, he is the man. So, let's get straight into it. First, the ingredients. Okay, so we've got our Patak's curry paste, our Korma. I'm just using the mild one. I've got a 400ml tin of coconut milk. I've got my Garam Masala. I've got 8 lamb cutlets, extra virgin olive oil. I've got roasted red peppers, so you want jarred red peppers. You can have them roasted, char grilled. Got balsamic vinaigrette. Got runny honey. Got my spring onions, and got my ginger as well. And as always, you got your pink salt and your pepper for seasoning. Let's get into it. Alright, the first step is the preparation. Alright, and the reason we're doing all the cutting now is because we're using a tender cut of lamb. Alright, so it's going to cook fast because we do not want the lamb to burn. That is a sin. No! And you're also going to be constantly stirring the sauce so that doesn't burn. So you don't want to be messing around with having to dice and chop while all the food's cooking, alright? And to be honest with you, you always want to get the preparation out of the way before you start cooking. It's just a good habit to get into. So let's get into it. Now I'm going to chop it quite fine. You don't have to, only because I have a special knife for this. It's called a knife saber. How cool is that? Okay, so I've got my frying pan on the heat, it's ready to go. You're going to chuck in your 2 tablespoons of your curry sauce. Oh, you can hear it, and the smell, yes! Alright, next you're putting your can of coconut milk in there. So just make sure you stir it and you mix it up really good, you don't want any lumpy bits. You want to make sure the paste is mixed in well with the coconut milk. And you're going to bring it to the boil, alright? And then when it's boiling, you're going to simmer it for 5 minutes, and then you're going to take it off the heat. Now while it's coming to the boil, and while it's simmering, you're going to be dealing with the lamb. Alright, now while this is coming to the boil, and make sure you keep an eye on it, we're going to deal with our meat over here. So, grab your pink salt, and you're going to put that over the top of it. Alright. Your pepper over the top. Doesn't matter if it goes anywhere, if it goes everywhere, because cooking should be fun and dirty. Alright, and then your Garam Masala. Alright, so you want to make sure you got a decent amount of Garam Masala on each cutlet. And then we're going to flip it over and do it again, so I'll show you a close-up of that. Whoa. Okay, so it's starting to boil now, so I'm just going to turn down the heat and let it simmer. Remember, you've got to let it simmer for 5 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side of the meat, alright? And I'll give you a close-up of that so you can see it better. Okay, so we've got our cutlets. Some of them aren't the best looking cutlets, but they're cutlets nonetheless. There's salt. Your pepper. Make sure you don't miss any. And then your Garam Masala. Okay, so you want to make sure that each cutlet has a decent amount. And at this point I've also got my frying pan on the go for the lamb in the background. Remember to keep an eye on your sauce. And I've also got the other frying pan here ready for the lamb. Alright, bit of olive oil in there, and I've turned it up quite high. Alright, so once you've got the rub onto the lamb, you're then going to bash it with your hands. Alright, and this is going to push the Garam Masala and the salt and pepper into the lamb. So just bash it, bash it. Alright, and now we're going to chuck it in the frying pan. Alright, so the sauce is looking really good, so I'm going to take that off the heat. The other frying pan's ready to go, nice and hot, so I'm going to stick the lamb cutlets in there. Oh yes, can you hear the sizzle? Okay, so we've got the lamb in the pan. and you're going to want to cook it on each side until it looks a little funky. Alright, but don't worry, that funky looking stuff isn't the lamb, it's actually the garam masala. Alright? Okay, so you can probably see how it's looking a little funky there. See how it's quite dark? Now that's not the lamb, like I said, that's the garam masala, but this is when you turn it over. Alright, so we're going to turn them all over. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so the chops are looking pretty good. Now remember, I'm cooking for a medium. Alright, so if you like them more cooked than that, keep them on there for a bit longer, but now it's a good time to add everything else. Just grab your chopping board, chuck it all in there. Might make a bit of a mess, but that's all good. Alright, and then mix it all up. Okay, and there's what it looks like with all the ingredients in there. How good does that look? We still have another couple of things to add, but that's how it's looking so far. Bloody tasty, eh? Okay, so that's been cooking for a couple of minutes now, and the spring onion's gone all soft, and so's the pepper, so it's time to add the final ingredients. So you're going to want to put a splash of your balsamic vinaigrette dressing in there, and one of my favourite ingredients, no matter what I'm cooking, is my natural runny honey. Really love this stuff, so just squirt it over the top. Now you can leave it as is, or you can mix it up. I like to mix it up, so there's a bit of balsamic and runny honey over everything. Okay, and there it is there. How good does that look? You got your curry and you got your lamb mix. How beautiful does that look? And in a second I'm going to have a taste test, but first you'll notice there's no sides with this, and that depends on your goals. So at Upgraded South, we're all about weight loss, alright? We're all about getting rid of the jiggle, we're all about toning the stomach, the tight butt, the smooth thighs, about looking and feeling great. Alright, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to introduce you to something which is really going to help you do that. Okay, so if that's what you're aiming for, then you want to have a salad or something like that with this meal. But if you can be a bit more lenient with your eating, then I'd say let's go full Indian. Grab some jasmine rice, some papadums, or maybe get some naan bread, garlic naan, yum yum. Alright, and then have that with your sides. But now, the taste test, and then after that I've got something really cool for you. So I've got my lamb cutlets, got some of the veggies on there. Let's just sprinkle some curry sauce over the top. Now another good thing that goes really well with this curry sauce is Greek yogurt. So if you've got some Greek yogurt, put a bit of that on there as well. And knife and fork because I want to be fancy. Sometimes I just use my hands, I ain't lying. And let's cut it up and have a taste. Oh, as you can tell, it's one of my favourite meals because it's easy, it's quick, it helps to burn fat because there's a lot of protein and a lot of good fats in there. Okay, but now on a serious note, I've got something great for you. Check this out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, so if you're serious about burning fat, alright, if you want the flat stomach, if you're after the tight butt, or you want some smooth thighs, then you need to check out my free 30-day program. Now this program is great. One, you get to work out with me. But also, because you're going to learn the exercise technique that burns fat twice as fast as traditional methods. You're going to save over 4 hours a week not exercising, so you can do other stuff. You're going to burn fat without having to feel uncomfortable in a gym. And you're going to be able to keep your amazing new body forever by learning a new habit. And it's free, but only for a limited time. So make sure you click the link. Go on, click the link. Go to the page, enter your name and your email. Then you and me, we're going to get more acquainted, work out together, go over some cool stuff, and hopefully have some fun. I'm Moses from Upgraded South. I'll see you on the page. Go on, do it now. See ya. Thank you for the Oscar. They love me. They love me.